Cameron here, coming to you after a 5-3 victory for Dallas in Game 1 of the second round series against the Colorado Avalanche. This is going to be an incredible series. Started off with a great game tonight. Both teams really brought it, really kind of came with the intensity in key moments. I was impressed with the resolve of each team, the way Colorado responded after Grubauer went down, the way Dallas responded whenever Colorado tied the game or got back within one. I thought each side showed signs of consistent play and the kind of contender-like mentality and mindset that you have to have if you're going to go deep into the playoffs. And it kind of shows me that this is going to be a long series and that the winner of this has a chance to do some real damage and possibly take home the cup. One thing coming into the game that was needed was some more scoring from Dallas's top line. Definitely got that tonight. Radulov 2 goals and a helper. Ben had 3 assists. Seguin had a goal and an assist. And then down the lineup, you had Hintz coming in with a goal. Como with a goal. So great to see the production throughout the lineup. And then block shots as well. 21 block shots for Dallas in this game. Especially in the third period, they really brought it. 5 or 6 block shots down the stretch to close the deal out. So we'll go more in depth into this game here in a little bit. For now, we're kind of going to go into a little brief recap of what to expect going forward in the rest of the second round. Taking a look at the box score, the Stars outscored the Avs 3-1 in the first, getting goals from Seguin, Como, and Radulov. Answering after McKinnon had caught the Avalanche back even at 1, scoring midway through the period with Como and late with Radulov to make it a 3-1 game after 20. In the second, the Avalanche did get back within 1 twice, but the Stars were both times able to extend it. The first time with Radulov in the second period itself, and then the lone goal of the third period was Hintz, extending it back to a 5-3 game. Stars won 54% of the faceoffs, were outshot 31-30, but had a 48-41 edge in hits and a 21-12 edge in block shots. Looking at individual numbers, Ben 3 assists, Radulov 2 goals and an assist, Seguin a goal and a helper, Heiskanen, Klingberg, Alexiak, Dickinson, and Fax each had an assist, and Como had a goal. Dallas was also big in the face-off circle tonight, winning 54% of the draw, so they were able to start with possession and dictate the pace of play from the beginning. That was huge throughout. Pavelski in particular. Everybody throughout the lineup, though, was able to consistently give Dallas possession at the start of each new series, so that's always going to go a long way, especially in the playoffs. So then special teams wasn't really a factor tonight. 0 for 2 for Dallas on the power play, 0 for 1 for Colorado. The only way it was a factor, I thought, it was a little bit of a cheap penalty on Gurianov. He needs to keep his stick down there on the 4-on-4 that led to a Colorado goal. It was going to be a Dallas power play. Could have potentially been 5-2. Even on the 4-on-4, Ben and Seguin nearly connected to make it 5-2. But just 30 seconds later, Colorado was able to cash in, brought it back to a 4-3 game, made it a lot more interesting going into the third period. Dallas was able to recover, but I thought that was a moment that really could have changed things going into the third period. Here's a look at a couple of your key players tonight for Dallas, Roope Hintz and Jamie Benn. Jamie was huge with 3 assists, set up Radulov late in the first for that big goal. Hintz came through with a clutch goal in the third period. It was a 4-3 game. He scored to extend it back to a 5-3 advantage for Dallas and give them a 2-goal advantage for which they were able to protect, lock it down, and get out with a 1-goal victory. So Hintz and Ben, 2 of your top 3 players. Your third, Anton Khudobin, he was excellent once again. He made a total of 28 stops on 31 shots. It was some of the key saves he made at key moments, so there were multiple times where the Avalanche had a chance to get even. He made a key save, and then the Stars would respond and get the 2-goal lead back. He's been excellent for the Stars with the absence of Bishop, and he was excellent once again tonight. So Khudobin, Ben, and Hintz are your 3 stars of the game. Going forward a bit for what this means for the rest of the series, definitely puts Dallas in a good position. They're able to play from the front, which you always want to do. Colorado will be looking to respond quickly. You think the game 2 was probably going to be a battle right from the get-go to establish momentum. Colorado's going to want to be dictating control the way Dallas controlled the pace of play in Game 1. They're going to want to take advantage of their chances a little bit better, and they're going to want to control the puck in their own end a bit. That's one thing Dallas did tonight. The shots were even, but Dallas did a good job of spending lots of time in the Colorado zone, keeping consistent pressure away from Khudobin and putting consistent pressure on Grubauer and then Franco. So it was a good effort by Dallas tonight, especially on the forecheck, forcing some turnovers that led to goals. Just a lot of grit and determination shown tonight. And like I said earlier, especially when Colorado would make a response of their own, because they're also a gritty, determined team. I was really impressed with Dallas and their ability to right the ship, kind of take a deep breath, and keep things going in the right direction, close it out, and get a big series lead. This is going to be a long series, though. Like I said, both teams are resilient, both teams are gritty, and both teams are in it for the long haul. They both look like true contenders for sure.
Looking ahead now for some key players to focus on the rest of the series. Miro Heiskanen, he's had an excellent playoffs. He's got 13 points now for the Stars. He's been excellent. He'll need to continue that. He's been able to facilitate the offense, kind of get things going in transition, make things happen tonight. After the Avalanche had kind of started to change momentum, he immediately jumped up, created some shots, and got the offense flowing back in the advantage for Dallas. Got play going back in the Colorado zone. Klingberg seen here getting the game-winning goal, the series-clinching goal against Nashville in last year's first round. He's also been integral in getting the offense flowing from the backside and getting things going and keeping them moving. The Stars all over the ice have been great, but in particular, Klingberg and Heiskanen have been able to pinch, get the play contained in the offensive zone, and really put the opposing team under pressure all game long.
So that will do it. Thanks for joining us in the first post-game show. Like I said, we're going to do this after each game. It'll be a little more in-depth going forward. This was kind of a late thing tonight as far as getting it going. I'm going to try to have some guests in the future to chat, try to have some conversations with some fellow writers, perhaps even get some interviews or something down the line once we kind of get this rolling a bit. So try to do this Dallas as close to what I'm able to do with Tulsa as possible. Of course, I'm able to do a little bit more from the arena with the Oilers games and have a little more access to the players and coaches, but I hope that I'm able to provide a little bit of insight and analysis and just kind of my perspective and my opinion. I kind of sit back and watch the game and just kind of, I don't always tweet during the Dallas games. I do that during the Tulsa games so much, but definitely might start doing that a bit more, especially if people are interested in that. The pictures that were used for the player of the game and for my stars for each side, those were thanks to Shattered Lens. Amanda does a great job there. I'll link her info in the bio, and as well I'll post that here in the credits as well alongside my social information. So thanks to her for letting me use those photos, and thanks to you guys for tuning in. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at OSUCam, and look for more stuff in the near future and more options, possibly even a Patreon. So thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
Once again, thanks to Amanda Spielberger for allowing me to use her work. She does excellent stuff and has for many years. I worked with her when I was covering the Texas Stars. And check her out at Shattered Lens Text on Twitter. And make sure to give her a follow there and check out her work all throughout the rest of the play.